Getting around in Bolivia is not the easiest thing to do. And this doesn't exclude getting to one of Bolivia's top vacation destinations, Isla del Sol, the largest island on the Bolivian side of Lake Titicaca. To get to this unique vacation spot, you have to take a ferry from Copacabana on the edge of the lake. To get to Copa from La Paz, you have to take a 4-hour bus ride from the city. On the road to Copacabana, the highway stops. You have to cross a strait at a town called Titicaca where the highway continues on the other side. No, there's no bridge. When the bus arrived, some locals got off and got on a smaller boat. Little did I know, they went to the other bank to wait for the bus to be transported over. The driver drove the coach onto what looked like driftwood. This whole method of getting across the water seemed like a very risky alternative to a bridge. However, if you would apply Archimedes' principle, you'd realize there's no way we would have sank. Archimedes' principle is a law of physics that expresses that in order for a boat, or in this case a barge, to sink, it must exceed the weight of the water it displaces. Meaning for this barge to sink so that the water is reaching over the side to flow into the barge, its weight plus the weight of our bus must be heavier than the weight of fresh water the barge displaces. A gallon of fresh water is 8.34 pounds, and believe it or not, a cubic foot is 7.5 gallons, making a cubic foot of fresh water 62.4 pounds. If we were to estimate our barge is 4 foot high, 50 foot long, and 12 feet wide, it means for water to rush in, it would have to displace that size in water, which would be 2,400 cubic feet, which would be 149,760 pounds, about 150,000 pounds. If you were to add our bus of about 30,000 pounds, which is on the higher side of a tour bus like this, then add about 15 passengers and workers who stayed on, plus everyone's luggage, and if the barge itself weighed just as much as the bus, 30,000 pounds, also estimating on the higher side, everything would total 66,000 pounds, which would mean only 1 3/4 of a foot of the barge would be underwater. It would take the equivalent of 2 times, at least, of the same bus with the same barge to sink below the water surface. So I learned, if the barge method works, why change it?